So today we're looking at a study that measured the cortex differences in people with ADHD versus without. So researchers looked at the brain scans from thousands of people with ADHD from childhood to adulthood, and what they found was that in children, there actually were small differences in parts of the brain involved in planning, focus, and self-control. And this study just focused on the cortex. And what was interesting is that when they looked at teenagers and adults, those same structural differences mostly weren't there anymore. This doesn't mean that ADHD disappears, but it does show us that the brain develops on a different timeline because early on, those differences are easier to see on a scan, right? And as people get older, the brain catches up in some ways, but regulation and timing can still feel hard. But to be clear, other studies do find brain differences in adults with ADHD. This is specifically talking about the cortex. And in the other studies, the differences show up more in how brain networks communicate, not necessarily the size or thickness of the cortex. So this just goes to show us that the brain develops and regulates differently, and it actually is a biological difference in people with ADHD, not necessarily a character or personality flaw.